Modern customer relationship management requires a persistent balance. Architects must maintain rigid data silos to protect sensitive information while enabling fluid, cross-functional operations. Salesforce manages this through record-level security, a framework that operates independently from system logins or object permissions. While object-level permissions determine if a user can access a table generally, record-level security dictates whether that user can see or edit one specific row in the database. Before any configuration occurs, the system defaults to a completely locked environment, where maximum restriction is the baseline. Salesforce resolves the tension of data sharing by relying on an additive access model. Under this logic, security mechanisms are never used to remove or filter out records that a user can already see. Instead, every tool in the architecture exists to expand permissions, granting visibility that the baseline state initially restricted. To calculate a user's actual permissions, we must conceptually rebuild the security architecture from zero. We do this by stacking each systemic mechanism to observe how the total volume of accessible data expands. This starting point of maximum restriction forces a deliberate design for every data interaction, ensuring protection without causing operational paralysis. This inverted pyramid represents the security architecture, starting at the narrowest point. The first mechanism applied is organization-wide defaults, or OWD. It dictates the minimum access level for every record. When set to private, the database is restricted exclusively to the record owners. Establishing a highly restrictive OWD is critical because it forces administrators to purposefully architect all subsequent access, making accidental data exposure difficult. We expand accessible records using the role hierarchy layer, mirroring organizational structures. Users above a record owner are automatically granted the same access. This gives a manager inherent visibility into a direct reports pipeline. This layer operates purely vertically, providing no lateral access to peers. Vertical expansion solves reporting requirements while maintaining the necessary data silos between peer-level employees. The vertical nature of role hierarchy cannot facilitate collaboration across different teams. To bridge teams, we apply a third layer, sharing roles. This provides lateral expansion based on record ownership, connecting users in separate branches. They can also trigger when specific data criteria match defined logic. This creates horizontal bridges, contrasting with the previous vertical paths. For example, an independent support team can be granted visibility into an active sales opportunity once it reaches a certain stage. Sharing rules decouple data requirements from organizational charts, allowing for a matrixed access architecture. The final architecture layer accounts for targeted, situational access. Manual sharing provides user-driven intervention for immediate, one-off grants. Team sharing is used for complex parent objects, like accounts and opportunities. Finally, Apex Managed Sharing uses custom code to grant access when structural rules cannot. These tools handle edge cases, preventing architects from altering global structural rules to solve localized problems. With the structure complete, we can observe how the system evaluates a real-world request. Consider a scenario where a user attempts to view a specific database record they do not own. The system simultaneously interrogates the entire architecture to find a qualifying access path. It checks OWD, hierarchy placement, lateral rules, and granular shares concurrently. If the query strikes a permission in any layer, the system resolves the request and opens the record. Because the system starts at a locked baseline, these multiple layers never conflict with one another. This stacking ensures that users receive the exact permissions required, maintaining a security posture based on least privilege. By architecting security as a layered, additive progression, organizations secure their most sensitive records by default while providing visibility exactly where the business needs it.